Hello everyone, I am Asha Best. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are safe and happy at your places. Dear children, today I welcome you all in class 4 EVS. A new chapter we are going to start, that is the story of fire. We'll be studying this chapter in two parts. We'll be discussing the first part today. In this chapter, we'll learn the way of life during the age of the caveman and the change in their lives after the discovery of fire. We all know that human beings as well as all the living creatures, they are totally depend on nature for their survival, and how they used to survive in close association with nature. Let's discuss life of early men. Early men totally depended on nature for his survival. Means to live a happy and satisfied life, early men used to totally depend on nature. For food, for clothing, for each and everything, they totally depend on nature. He used to live like animals in the forest. They were not in a habit of making their own houses that time. They used to live in forest, jungle, same as animals do. He was always on move in search of food. It means that they were living a nomadic life in which they never lived at one place for a longer period of time. They lived in one place, used all the natural resources around it, and then left the place in search of better places where they can have all the necessary things. We are continuing with life of early man. He was a hunter and ate raw flesh. Early man was a hunter. He used to live in forest. He used to kill the animals found there. He used to kill those animals or hunt those animals for food. He did not wear any clothes. Like today we are wearing clothes, but early men, they never wore clothes. They were living like animals. Earlier I also mentioned animals, you know that they never wear clothes. So same as animals, early men used to live a life where he never used any kind of clothes. He wrapped the animal skin around him. In place of wearing clothes to protect himself from different weathery condition, what early man did, he used to wrap the animal skin to keep himself warm during winters, as well as he used the bark of the trees, the leaves, which he wrapped around his body so that he can keep himself warm during the winters. Now, discovery of fire. How he discovered fire. There is no exact fact or date, or you can say time in history that we can say that on this day, at this point of time, man discovered fire. So we don't have any exact date or time about the discovery of fire. There are many assumptions related to the discovery of fire. Means people have different thoughts regarding the discovery of fire, that how early men discovered fire for the first time. Perhaps someday early men might have seen an animal running away from the jungle fire, so he came to know that fire could protect him from animals, as animals were afraid of fire. This might be a guess that people think that if the jungle caught fire one day, and the early men must have seen some of the animals, they were running away from fire, it proved that, to him, that the animals are scared of fire. So this made him understand that these wild animals can be kept away from him if he discovered fire or if he discovers fire. So that might be a reason that early man discovered fire. After knowing that animals are scared of fire, he must have tried to discover fire. This might be a reason. There are some more reasons I have mentioned in this video. It might be possible that some animals were caught in a fire and were roasted. Later, when early man tasted a roasted animal, he found the meat tastier and softer than raw meat. It means that, like earlier we discussed, that early men used to eat raw flesh of animal. They were hunters and they used to kill wild animals. After killing them, they used to eat it raw. And definitely if we'll eat raw flesh of animal, it is harder to chew or digest also. So if early man, if he saw the burnt animal in the jungle and he tried the meat, he found it easy to chew as well as tastier. So it may be a reason that after eating the roasted meat of animal, he tried to discover fire. He tried to identify that how he can make fire. Now early men knew, like these were the reasons through which early men knew that fire is useful for me, fire is useful for us, so we should try to discover it so that we can protect ourselves from wild animals, as well as we can try the roasted flesh of animals. Now after all these, early men knew the usefulness of fire, but still he didn't know how to make fire. Means he was knowing that fire can be useful for me for different purposes which we discussed earlier, but still he was not aware that how he can make fire. We all know that early man was a hunter and he hunted animals with stone tools. Now there is again an assumption that we know that early man used to hunt animals and he used stone tools, the tools which were made of stone to kill animals. So what might had happened that point of time while hunting animals, he might have observed the sparks of fire. Like if suppose he threw a stone on an animal and rather than hitting the animal, the stone stuck to another stone there and the spark came out of that. And after that he knew that if two stones we can if we stuck them together or rub them together, then spark can be produced and that can be utilized to make fire. By chance, a few of those sparks fell down on dried leaves. Means he never deliberately stuck those stones to make fire. He just wanted to kill animal, and in that whole process the stone must have struck another stone, and the spark which came out of that fell on the dry leaf which were there on the ground, and those dried leaves caught fire. And by watching this, he must have understood that this is the way I can produce fire. Now he could light a fire. After years passed, early men learned that by rubbing two flint stones or wood, he could produce fire. It might have happened many times, not one or twice. It might have happened many times. Then he could know or understood that how he can produce fire, and after a passage of time, now he came to know that if I rub two stones or stuck two stones together, the fire can be produced. How fire helped early men? After the discovery of fire, early man's life totally changed. He used the fire for different purposes that point of time. He used fire first of all. After the discovery of fire, he came to know that fire can keep him warm during winter season. Okay, when the weather is cold, fire can keep him warm. So he used to put fire in nearby the cave he used to live, and that fire protected him during the cold season. Fire helped to light up his caves or hunt at night. Earlier, what early men used to do, how he used to live? He used to live total darkness at night, because he was not having any kind of source of lighting his cave or hunting animals at night. So, after the discovery of fire, he started lighting up his cave, as well as he started hunting animals at night using fire. So this helped him to hunt at night also, as well as to light up his cave. Man learned to cook his food before eating. Before that, he used to eat raw meat or raw flesh of animals. After the discovery of fire, when he tasted the roasted meat, then he came to know that the roasted meat can be more tastier and digestible. So he started roasting his food or cooking his food. Now finally comes how fire helped early men, that we are discussing right now. Later men started worshipping, as he knew it was dangerous. Now early men, a kind of fear also was there in his mind, that it can be dangerous too. Like if it can burn or kill wild animals, it can burn him as well. Okay, so he started worshipping fire as God. With the passage of time, the ways of producing fire also changed. Means after the discovery of fire, initially he used to invent or discover, or you can say put fire by rubbing to stones or to wood, like that. But later on, the producing fire, the methods through which he used to produce fire started changing or developing. Men started using coal, natural gas and kerosene oil to light fire. These are the things which today also we use, and early men started, after the discovery of fire, he started using these kind of methods also later on. When he started living a developed life, he started all these things to produce fire. Burning of coal produces energy. As we all know that if we burn the coal, it will produce energy. We make electricity with it today, yes. Gobar gas is also used for lighting fire. Today in the villages and everywhere, people use gobar gas also to produce fire, so that they can use it in different ways. I hope you liked it. I hope you understood the first part of this video. We'll soon meet with the second and final part of this chapter. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.